Attention, on surveille tous l'entrée des artistes avec le décompte qui va s'afficher dans quelques instants. On prend bien, vous êtes chaud, donc on peut le faire. Attention, tous ensemble. Allez, 10.
So to our fourth semi-final of the day, and as with the previous match, the women's singles, this is a repeat of the 2013 World Championship final. Also a repeat of the final from last week at the Denmark Premier Super Series event. It features Tantoy, Ahmad and Liliana Natsir of Indonesia. And a second appearance today for CHN and Ma Jin, not for Zhu Chen, but for Ma Jin, of course. And as we can see from the top half of the draw, Mr. and Mrs. Adcock, the number 4 seeds from England, already booked their place in tomorrow's final with 3 thrilling game victory over Mads Culling and Camilla Oritiou.
Racket shuttle for you.
So, Cox of the Netherlands is our umpire. His first duty, the toss of the coin. Liliana Natsir, 3 times world champion, twice with Nova Oidianto, and then last year won the title with her partner of today against her opponents of today. But first, here are the number 2 seeds, the world number 2s, up 1 place from 3 in this week's world ranking. They are number 1s on the Super Series ranking at the moment, the Destination Dubai ranking list. 9 individual tournaments so far this year, 5 finals so far. That's a pretty good record. And remarkable that it was the quarter-final yesterday, which was their easiest match so far, toughest match in the first round. New partnership of Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Marie Rorotka of Denmark. So Zhu Chen, 29 years of age, Ma Jin, 26. Zhu Chen will turn 30 next month. So to the number 3 seeds, Tantoy Ahmad and Liliana Natsir. Natsir is 29 years of age, Tantoy Ahmad 27. World ranking of 4, but up 2 places in the Destination Dubai list to number 2 after reaching the final last week in Odense in Denmark. All of their matches in 2 straight games, and all of them under 30 minutes of play, including that quarter-final against the number 7 seeds, Lu Kai and Wang Yaqiong of China. So for the Indonesian pair, well, that's not quite right, I'm afraid, that statistic. It's actually 10-6 in favour of Zhu Chen and Ma Jin, because the last time they met was indeed in the final of the Denmark Super Series event last week, but prior to that, it was the semi-final of the Asian Games, and on that occasion, it was the Indonesians who won, and they won very comfortably too, 21-12, 21-10. So actually the head-to-head is 10-6, so this makes it the 17th meeting between these 2 pairs. And I think we can safely say that they will know each other's games pretty well.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Zhu Chen, Ma Jin, China.
Frick Cox of the Netherlands making the announcements.
And on my left, Tantoy Ahmad, Liliana Natsir, Indonesia. Liliana Natsir presents Zhu Chen. Level. Play.
So this semi-final of the mixed doubles getting underway. Indonesian pair have never, as a pair, progressed past this semi-final stage. They've been in one semi-final. That was 3 years ago, and they lost to their opponents of today, who then lost in the final. A couple of quarterfinals as well, the Indonesians. So they're looking for their first final here. For the Chinese combination, they're trying to make it 4 consecutive finals as a pair. CHN and Ahmad won the title here in 2012, but they'd been beaten finalists the year prior to that, 2011, and they were beaten finalists last year as well, losing out in the final to teammates Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Incidentally, the defending champions withdrew before the start of the tournaments. They were the #1 seeds, and because of an injury to Zhao Yunlei, unable to contest the tournament here in France.
Turn over. 1-3. That was over. 4-1.
Well, of the previous 16 encounters between these two pairs, exactly half of them, 8 of them, have gone the full distance.
That was over.
Gone to a third and deciding game.
2-4. Play. That was over. 5-2.
Well, Liliana Natsir has already won this French Open Super Series title. That was in 2009, playing with Nova Widianto.
3-5.
So, don't tell you, Ahmad, the only player on court who hasn't won a French Open title. So that's to the tee. Oh, good backhand from Natsir. Born in Manado, in the north of North Sulawesi. Absolutely delightful racket skills and great reading of the game. Look at that. Yeah, it's a good smash. Martin does have a tendency to wait very committed to that backhand defence when she's in the right-hand side of the court. But if you've got the courage to go straight down the line, play towards her forehand side, there isn't much of a gap, but it's very effective.
That was over. 7.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a pour l'instant? Personne se fait de bisous. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Allez, un petit bisou avec votre voisine, votre voisin. Allez, 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 allez,
Well, I don't know whether he broke the string with that final shot or whether he'd broken it earlier. He did well to control it, whatever.
Sue? Sue, you want to? Oh.
No, he
6.
doesn't need to
7.
test the racket. That's very refreshing. Good return.
Turns over. 8, 6.
No, I think he was waiting for that serve to the tee. I think she needs to vary it a bit more, Margin. It's gone long.
9,
Well, Margin
6.
already guaranteed a place
Change.
in the final of the women's doubles, which will be her 6th final here at the French Super Series. If she gets through this match, she'll be guaranteed a 7th final. It's quite a record here. Yeah, well played by Tontoy Ahmad.
10, 6.
Oh, it's a lovely little
Now on the
play
right.
at the net. Not too tight to the net, just pushing it and giving it enough pace to make it very difficult for Margin. That's well taken.
Time's over. 7, 10.
Well, can't see it at the moment, but I can tell you that CHN and Margin are in a very animated discussion.
Hey.
Service fault call, struck above the waist,
11-7.
says the service judge, Kim Kang-kyung. Now, service fault means that the Indonesians have the advantage at the mid-game interval. Four-point advantage for the world number 4s.
Got 1, 20 seconds. Got 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 7. Play. 12-7. Tontoy.
Oh, Tontoy Ahmad is
Don't
going to...
influence the line judges. Let them call first.
Oh, free Cox. Just saying, don't try and influence the
12-7.
line judges. In other words, don't celebrate before the call has been made.
Time's over. 12.
Going wide.
Serve's over. 13-8.
Oh, well played by Margin. After the terrible, terrible indecision from Tontowi, Ahmad kept her nerve, kept her cool. Yeah, nicely done.
Serve's over.
Good return. Oh, what on earth happened there to Margin?
14-9.
I know it was a net cord, but normally she's moving forward. That's clever.
15-9.
Oh, look at that interception from Liliana Natsir.
16-9.
That is brilliant. What a great rally. And what a contrast to the final last week.
Serve's over. 10-16.
Oh, it's just long. Well,
11-16.
totally deceived her opponents. And it's a real indication of her racket skills. Right, so that is going to be served out wide, I think. Well, maybe I haven't got this little signal thing worked out then.
12-16.
Oh, that is delightful. Wasn't such a bad return of serve from Liliana Natsir. And Margin having to take the shuttle when it had gone past her, but still playing a lovely return. Yeah, so that must be going towards Tontowi's left shoulder, because that's the same signal she gave us last time. Yep.
Comes over.
Well, it was a run of
17-13.
4 straight points, which has given the former champions from China will hope of getting back to parity, if not winning this opening game. Yeah. Good power.
18-13.
All set up by the interception, though, from Liliana Natsir. Oh, look at that backhand drive from CHN. My goodness me.
Change.
From nowhere,
Merci.
suddenly, flat over the net. Yeah, and that body language of Liliana, a little concerning.
14-18. Thank you. Play.
Nice. That is just wonderful shot.
19-14.
Well, wasn't really in position. Tontoy Ahmad
19.
desperately trying to play the kill, but simply wasn't
Play on.
really going in a downward direction. Here we go. Yeah, making it very simple for CHN.
Serve's over. 20. Game point. 15.
Five game point opportunities. Oh,
Serve's over.
there's a challenge here.
Challenge Ahmad Natsir.
Well, they seem very confident that it was long of the back line. So Hawkeye needs to adjudicate. In fact, the Indonesians already at their kit boxes, just ready to change ends. Oh, it was him. Good call, line judge.
Challenge unsuccessful. Ahmad and Natsir have one challenge remaining. Serve's over. 16-20. Play. Hold. $17-20. Play on. It's okay.
Well, Liliana Natsir wanted the shuttle change. CHN said no, we're quite happy with this. We've won the last couple of points. The psychology of sport. On their third game point opportunity, the number 3 seeds, Tontoy Ahmad and Liliana Natsir, take the opening game, 21-17.
Who will be serving? Who will serve?
Kuncinya di situ, ya. Pokoknya begitu ini lolos, kamu ambil.
Well, there's something about when you take it in the mid-court area.
And I've been informed by one of my languages that the Indonesian coach is calling out all the time.
Ya, jaga lawannya.
On this side, that's what the Indonesian coach is calling out.
Well, the umpire calling one of the tournament deputy referees.
Who is receiving? Are you receiving? Shoot.
I'm not quite sure what all that was about. Well, I can tell you the deputy referee is going to have a word, I think, with the Indonesian coach, or just keep an eye on him. She's not actually having a word yet, just keeping an eye. And I think the umpire feels that the coach may be shouting out and when to leave the shuttle, which of course he's not allowed to do. Allowed to call out as a coach in between rallies, but not during a rally. Overdone it.
Serve's over. 1-0.
Yeah. That, I'm sure, the first shot taken there from Tontoy Ahmad, I'm sure, is the sort of shot that the coach and Liliana were talking about in that 2-minute timeout between the first and second game. He simply cannot take it as late as that. He's got to move his base further forward in court so that he can take those little half-court shots. We call it closing down the mid-court area.
3-1.
Now, is that the second call, or does that, yeah. She makes two hand signals. And I think where she's going to serve, and the second one, which shot she's going to cover.
5-1. Any change?
Yeah, this is a much, much better start to the second game than the Olympic silver medalists. Chinese pair, of course, losing the gold medal match in London 2012 to teammates Cheng Nan and Xiao Yunlei. Good flick serve.
Time's over. 2-5.
Good return. Yeah. It was lovely movement from Liliana Natsir, getting herself forward in court. That one there, in she goes.
Change.
Both the men on court. Recently got married, CHN. Got married to Pan in June. And Ahmad got married at the beginning of August. Not had his honeymoon yet. He's waiting until there's a break in international tournament play, so waiting until January. What a difference when he closes down that mid-court area. Nice idea on the defensive play.
Do you want to change? It's okay. Shuttle is okay. Play on. Play on.
Oh, this is becoming quite a psychological battle. Want to change the shuttle? No, we don't.
Time's over. 6-0. Change.
Just showing that she can play from the back of the court if necessary. Natsir. Of course, she has won a couple of Super Series events in the women's doubles as well. China Masters of 2007 and her home event in Indonesia a year later. Well, she's more than capable from the back of the court.
8-6.
Much flatter smash and move forward. Luck of the net cord, but he created his own luck. Taking the shuttle much, much earlier in the mid-court area. Look at this. That one there. And he plays from the back and leaps forward to take the push to the mid-court area. Much, much better from this man, Ahmad. Oh, 5 straight points from 5-6 adrift. In fact, it's 9 of the last 10 points because they were 1-5 down. Make that 10 of 11 points. My goodness me. What on earth has happened to CHN and march in?
Last time, don't call before the line gets makes a decision. Okay, stop it.
Well, umpire having another stern word with Ahmad. What a turnaround in fortunes in this second game. Of 11 points.
Going long, 20 seconds. Going long, 20 seconds. play.
Oh, finally, the run comes to an end.
7-11, change.
They're desperately important for the Chinese pair to get themselves back on the attack. May have won that rally, but they were defending in that.
Play.
What a good flick serve.
8-11. No call is no foul.
Well, no call by the service judge. Only becomes a fault when it's called as such. Brilliant. Oh. Well, that's why she's been 3 times world champion. First ever badminton player to win 5 world championship medals in mixed doubles.
Time's over. 9-12. Time's over.
Indonesians, if they want to win this semi-final, simply have to stay on the attack. They look so much better when they're hitting the shuttle in a downward direction. And I thought they both had reasonable defences, to be honest, but not good enough. It eventually gets broken down. Yeah, good judgment, just long. Oh. Well, he climbed a ladder for that smash.
Change.
Look at the elevation here.
Change it. Go ahead. Change.
Fair amount of hang time too. Look at that. I know it was a short lift, but he thundered that away.
Line judge, wipe the court, please. Go ahead.
Well, Margin not happy that there's an interruption to play for the court to be mopped.
Plus.
She was ready to serve.
Merci. Merci. Take the line. 10-14. Play.
Yeah, now you see that's where CHN, he closes down that mid-court space so well. First of all on the backhand side, and look at that on the forehand.
12-14.
Yeah, she's enjoying success, aiming towards his left shoulder with that low serve.
Play must be continuous.
Oh, I think that's a bit harsh by the umpire, saying to Margin, Play's got to be continuous. They'd only just finished the rally. Yeah. Well played by CHN.
13-14.
He's actually already been in 4 finals. Obviously, his 3 finals in the mixed doubles in the last 3 years with his partner of today, but also reached the final of the men's doubles back in 2008. CHN playing with Kai Yun. Lost out to Marcus Guido and Hendra Setiawan in that final. Yeah, good control at the front of the court, good awareness and good placement from Liliana Natsir.
15-13.
Oh, look at that shot. Brilliant. There was a top spin backhand earlier on in that rally from Liliana Natsir. That one there.
13.
Goodness me, the courage to play that. Well, it set up the whole rally. Yeah.
Time's over.
No, a wonderful example of CHN, the way he
14-16.
can pounce on that little half-court push.
Stay on court.
Two points the deficit. Good return, very good return from Ahmad.
17-14.
Well, I played one off the floor there, did Tontori Ahmad, but in the end to no avail. Look at that.
Là aussi. Ouais. Merci. On court. On court.
Well, umpire asking both pairs to return to court and both taking their time. It's only 40 minutes this match has been in progress.
15-17. Play.
Oh, the luck of the net cord again from Tontori Ahmad.
18-15.
That shot there from Liliana Natsir. How on earth did she react to that? That one, not only react to it, control it and play such a wonderful return. Amazing shot. Well, he broke the strings of his racket with that smash, did CHN.
16-18. You want to? Sue? Yes? No?
No.
Ready?
Well, I said in the opening game how refreshing that a player doesn't want to try out the new racket.
Play.
Most players never do.
Serve's over.
Yeah, big effort. Get behind the shuttle.
Change.
Wasn't the hardest of smashes, but at least it was going in a downward direction.
19-16.
And just 2 points away from a place in their first ever final here in Paris. There's a combination, that is. 1 point away. It is 4 match point opportunities
20.
for
Match
Tontowi,
point.
Ahmad and
16.
Liliana Natsir. Good serve. It's gone long. They reversed the result from last week's final in Denmark. Tontowi, Ahmad and Liliana Natsir through this semi-final against the two-time World Championship silver medalists. It will not be a fourth consecutive final for CHN and Ma Jin, the former champions. It will be a first ever final as a pair for Liliana Natsir and Tontowi Ahmad. There's how they did it, 21-17, 21-16 in 42 minutes.
Samsamida. Merci. 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 Ouais, attends. Merci. 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 Merci.
Allez, on tourne Bubi. Vous en avez les canons. Alors, le grand ambiance, préparez entre le paquet. Ah, ça c'est bien rempli en face, là. Bubi, tu vas pouvoir le développer. Je pense que tout le monde en ambiance aussi. C'est vrai que les petits chouchous sont là, on a vu là. Ils font beaucoup de bruit, ils mettent beaucoup d'ambiance, c'est très bien ainsi, mais vous êtes aussi pas mal de